Look, everyone loves to drive around in fancy cars, but if you're thinking I could never afford that, well, you're probably wrong. As luxury and supercars age, there are some amazing opportunities to pick up some of these cars for a fraction of the cost when they were new. In this video, we'll show you 5 exotic cars you can pick up for about $30,000. Before we get going, hit that like and subscribe button on this video and let's get into it. The 5th vehicle on our list is the Mercedes G500. The classic G-Wagon look has remained mostly unchanged since it was first released in 1979. The G-Wagon was designed originally for the military, but it has since evolved into a luxury SUV. Off-road, you will be hard-pressed to find a better performing stock vehicle than a classic G-Wagon. Its tough, durable, boxy design is synonymous with wealth, and you can often see them driving in affluent neighborhoods around your city. The base model of the car isn't going to win any speed records though, and it isn't the most comfortable car to drive. After all, it is fundamentally an off-road car. They do have an AMG performance version of the G-Wagon, but you're not likely going to find one for less than $50,000. Certainly not less than the $30,000 that we promised you at the beginning of this video. But the G-Wagon is perfect for around town or your next off-roading adventure. Used G-Wagons hold their value well, and many examples can be found for less than $30,000. They are known to be fairly reliable, although the Mercedes badge on them makes repairs more expensive when they inevitably need to happen. If you like big, boxy off-road vehicles but still want to ride in style and turn a few heads, then the G-Wagon is a vehicle you should definitely check out. Number 4. The Dodge Viper. The Dodge Viper is a classic American muscle car. It's a rear-wheel drive monster with a screaming V10 engine under the hood. The Viper was first created in the model year 1992 and continued production all the way through 2017 with a couple of miss years in 2007, 2010, 11, and 12. The Viper was dreamed up in late 1998 by Chrysler's Advanced Design Studios and first appeared as a concept at the North American International Auto Show in 1989. The 85 engineers behind the car became Team Viper and created the car with a budget of just $70 million. This might seem like a lot, but in automotive manufacturing terms, that's barely a piggy bank. The Viper originally sold for $50,000 new and quickly became the halo car for the Dodge brand, generating interest in the Dodge brand globally. The original V10 engine weighed 712 pounds and was rated for 400 horsepower. Driving a Dodge Viper, especially the early models, is quite an experience. The car doesn't have traction control or other nanny features, making it extremely easy to spin the tires. This can be a lot of fun if you know what you're doing, but it can also be dangerous for inexperienced drivers. Today you can pick up first generation and second generation Vipers for between $30,000 to $40,000. The iconic car is bound to turn heads, as almost anyone who knows anything about American cars can instantly recognize a Dodge Viper. Repairs are getting slightly more difficult as the parts for older models become harder to find, but because of the simple mechanical nature of the Dodge Viper, most mechanics can work on it fairly easily. Next on the list, we have the Bentley Continental GT. Bentleys exude luxury and are one of the most appreciated supercars on the market right now. Bentleys are handmade beauties tuned with an aggressive W12 engine. It's also a heavy car, weighing in at over 5,300 pounds, but it handles its weight well. It's able to get up to 60 miles an hour in just 4.5 seconds and can run a quarter mile in just 12.9 seconds. There are very few other cars on the market for less than $30,000 that can do that even today. When the Bentley was released, it originally cost $150,000 for a base package. That means at $30,000, a Bentley today is worth 1/5 of what it originally sold for without even including inflation. And that's just for the base package. With Bentley, accessories and other add-ons can up the price dramatically. A 2005 era Bentley Continental GT can be purchased for under $30,000 today, making it actually one of the more affordable cars on our list. However, Bentleys are also some of the most difficult to get parts for and to repair, so you'll want to make sure you get a good inspection as well as have some funds available for the occasional or perhaps not so occasional repair bill that you will get from the Bentley. If you are enjoying the video so far, would you please take a moment to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, because it helps us bring you more original content like this. In order to dedicate the time to make these videos, we need a lot of people to see them, and that one small step of punching that like button helps us show up in the YouTube algorithm. Thanks in advance, it means the world to us. Now with that, let's get back to our list. Next on our list is a car that is sure to turn heads. The problem is many people will not be able to tell exactly what it is, especially if they're not car people. And for that, we're talking about the Lotus Elise. The Elise is a two-seater, rear-wheel drive sports car. It's mid-engine, giving it a bit of the Italian sports car handling, although it was made by Lotus in the UK. The Elise was first released in 1996 and has been in continuous production since. In a sense, this car is the exact opposite of the Bentley. This is fundamentally a driver's car. It's lightweight, weighing in at just 1,598 pounds compared to over 5,000 pounds for the Bentley. The Lotus is quick around the track due to its light weight, but it's not going to win any drag races with top performance cars. It takes just under 6 seconds to get to 60 miles an hour. Not slow, but not crazy fast either, especially by today's standards. The slower than supercar 0 to 60 speed is due in part to its small 188 brake horsepower engine. Many Elise models use a Toyota engine that could be found in other Toyota models, including the Corolla. So the Elise is not extremely fast, but it is a fun car to drive. It's the quintessential mid-engine roadster, great for a day on the track or driving up through the mountains. The car starts around $30,000 used, and Elises tend to hold their value well considering the car was only about $40,000 to $60,000 when it was new. Plus, the many Toyota components of this car make it easier to get parts for, and the simple mechanical design makes it easier for mechanics to fix. With a good Elise, you'll spend a lot less on maintenance and repairs than you would many of the other exotic cars on our list, especially cars like the Bentley. Alright, and the number one car that makes you look rich for $30,000 is the Porsche 911. The Porsche 911 is iconic for its rear-engine drive and unique looks. For decades, Porsche has positioned themselves as a leader in sports cars and supercars. The 911 is one of the most reliable sports cars on the market and can even be used as a daily driver, or kept in the garage and just used occasionally for the Sunday drive. The 911 even has back seats, allowing you to carry family or friends about. Just don't expect them to have a lot of legroom back there. But when you flip your Porsche over to sport mode, you'll realize that this is way more than your average daily driver. For example, the 2000 Porsche 911 Carrera can go 0 to 60 in just 5 seconds. Plus, it'll hold its own on a track day as well. Depending on the type of 911 you get, prices can vary dramatically. For a 911 Carrera, you can pick up a used one for as low as $15,000, and that's a car that will still turn heads. For those wanting to spend a bit more and get a bit more speed, you can pick up a used performance version, the 911 Turbo, for just under $40,000. A 2004 Turbo can go 0 to 60 in just 4 seconds flat and tops out on the track at 189 miles an hour. That's some serious speed for a $40,000 car. So these are the top 5 cars that will make you look rich for around $30,000. Which of these is your favorite? Which of these would you buy? Would you buy the off-road G-Wagon? The Dodge Viper with that screaming V10 engine? The surprisingly spry, especially for its 5,000 plus pounds Bentley? The sporty Lotus Elise? Or the classic Porsche 911 Turbo? Or perhaps you think we missed one that you'd like to add. If so, leave it in the comments below. Oh, and please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for additional automotive-related content. We'll talk to you soon.